The text arrived at 8:42 p.m., short, casual, far too ordinary to signal the beginning of the end. Hey, I'll be at Mom's for a few days. She's not feeling great. I read it twice, thumb hovering above the keyboard. No heart emoji. No nickname. None of the warmth Mia usually sent my way. Just words, neat, cold, rehearsed. Still, I typed back, sure, hope she feels better. Simple. Polite. Trusting. But that night, the silence pressed heavier than usual. The house echoed with it. The empty couch where she'd sip her tea, the faint scent of her shampoo lingering in the bathroom. It all felt hollow. I tried to convince myself it was paranoia, maybe the leftover haze of a rough workday. Still, the way she said for a few days didn't sit right. By the second morning, I woke to a knock at the door. When I opened it, a courier stood there in a crisp blue uniform, holding a sealed envelope. Mr. Daniel Hart? Yes. Signature, please. He left before I could ask who sent it. The envelope was thick, formal, my name printed cleanly in bold black letters. I tore it open, and my hands began to shake before my brain caught up. Petition for dissolution of marriage. Filed by Mia Hart. I sat down hard. The words blurred as my eyes stung. Every paragraph felt like a blade. Irreconcilable differences. Separation of property. Custody not applicable. No argument. No warning. No goodbye. Just paperwork, the kind of ending that doesn't even give you the dignity of a voice. At first, I couldn't breathe. Then came disbelief. This had to be some mistake, a prank, maybe. Or her mother's doing. Mia wouldn't do this. But then I saw it. The listed temporary address. Hotel Fairmont, room 167. Not her mother's house. Not even close. My pulse stopped. I checked the clock, 9:13 a.m., and grabbed my keys before reason could talk me down. The Fairmont was one of those quiet mid-tier hotels for business travelers, soft jazz humming in the lobby, the faint scent of coffee and cologne. My voice barely held steady as I approached the front desk. I'm looking for a guest, Mia Hart. Room 167. The receptionist glanced at her screen, hesitating. Sir, I'm afraid. Please, I cut in, my tone sharper than intended. I just need to know she's okay. She hesitated, then gave a subtle nod toward the elevator. She checked in 2 days ago. That was all I needed. The elevator ride felt endless. My reflection in the mirrored wall looked foreign. Hollow eyes, tight jaw, divorce papers clutched like evidence of a crime. When the doors opened on the 6th floor, I could already hear laughter echoing down the hallway. A woman's voice, hers. Then a man's. Her voice again. His. I stopped at room 167. For a moment, I considered knocking, demanding answers, asking how we'd fallen from I love you to this. But I didn't. Instead, I slid the envelope of divorce papers under the door. My answer, my farewell, and walked away. Behind me, her laughter stopped. 10 minutes later, my phone began to buzz. Then again. And again. By the time I pulled over near a gas station, there were 30 missed calls, all from Mia. Then came the texts, flooding in, frantic, desperate. Daniel, please pick up. It's not what you think. Oh my God, please come back. I messed up. Please just come back. My pulse thundered in my ears. I stared at the screen, at her sudden panic, her fear. But I didn't move. Because in the silence between each vibration, the truth replayed itself, the late nights at work, the sudden need for privacy, the phone turned face down during dinner. All the signs I'd ignored. Because love makes you blind and trust makes you foolish. I tossed the phone onto the passenger seat and let it ring until the battery died. That night, I sat in the dark, staring at our wedding photo on the mantel. Her smile had once looked like home. Her eyes had once felt like sunlight. Now it all seemed staged, a beautiful lie trapped behind glass. The ache in my chest wasn't anger, it was something deeper. The kind of hurt that doesn't scream, but quietly eats you alive. Sleep wouldn't come. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw room 167. The next morning, the doorbell shattered the silence. Mia stood on the porch, hair disheveled, eyes red, wearing the same clothes from yesterday. Daniel, she whispered, voice trembling. Please, can we talk? I said nothing, just stepped aside. She walked in slowly, as if the house itself might reject her. Her hands shook. I didn't mean for it to happen like this, she said. It wasn't supposed to. Room 167, I said quietly. That's where you were, not your mom's. She froze. Tears welled up, but the guilt behind them said everything. I thought you deserved to know before it got worse, she whispered. But I panicked. I didn't know how to tell you. You didn't know how to say it? My voice broke. You had time to file papers, book a hotel, sign your name on every line, but not to talk to your husband? Daniel, Who is he? Her silence was my answer. I turned away, a laugh breaking out of me. Sharp, empty. You said you were at your mom's. God, Mia. I made a mistake, she cried. It wasn't supposed to be serious. I thought I wanted something different. But when you left those papers under the door, I realized. I cut her off. Realized you were supposed to chase me? Beg me back? She stepped closer. No. I realized I'd already lost the only person who ever truly loved me. The words hung heavy between us. Neither of us spoke. The air felt thick, full of all the things we'd ignored for years, the cracks that had splintered long before she ever walked into that hotel room. Maybe if we'd talked more. Maybe if we'd stopped pretending everything was fine. Maybe then. But maybe doesn't fix endings. I walked to the door and opened it. She hesitated, tears streaking her face. Daniel, please. Can't we fix this? I shook my head slowly. You already did. You fixed it the moment you filed the papers. Her lips parted as if to speak, but she didn't. She just nodded and walked out. When the door clicked shut behind her, the silence that followed wasn't empty anymore. It was clean. Final. Weeks passed. The house felt different, quieter, but lighter somehow. I packed away the photos, deleted her number, stopped opening the messages she still sent every few days. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I miss you. I never replied. Because forgiveness isn't always about letting someone back in. Sometimes, it's about finally walking yourself out. And for the first time in months, I slept without seeing room 167. Still, every now and then, I remember the text, the silence, the 30 missed calls. And I remind myself, the real betrayal wasn't the hotel or the affair. It was every morning she looked me in the eye, pretending she hadn't already left.